So today we're looking at the business of bass drum technique and foot position on the pedal. And for many years there were really two main schools. There was the hard rock school, which was generally played with what we call heel up. So we get the whole weight of the leg pushing into the drum. And there was the heel down, which came from the jazz tradition, but then was also adapted to other styles. The heel up was developed mostly in the 70s. Bands like Led Zeppelin, who played very loud, and the bass drum was very padded, and they didn't want any resonance. They just wanted a hard thwack of a sound, and it came out something like this. And for what it was designed for, it worked fine. But a good drummer is often required to play different styles requiring different bass drum volumes. And if you've only ever developed heel up, it's very hard to play soft. And some recording sessions, they would change drummers to bring a drummer in who could play heel down and get a softer sound. If I play in a jazz setting, I keep the heel down, and at that point, the beater comes back off the head, and so the tone of the drum is more resonant. And if I put that together with a hi-hat, or a straight ahead jazz feel, and so on. Also good if you're playing something like a bossa nova, where you want a repetitive bass drum pattern but soft. And at the completion of the stroke, the beater always comes back off the head a little bit, and so we get a more resonant tone. If you can play heel down well, it's not hard to move to heel up. But for drummers who can only play heel up, they usually have difficulty getting it soft enough for heel down. There's a third approach that a lot of drummers have been using in more recent years, and it uses a little bit of raised heel, but it moves the foot back more to the midpoint of the pedal. So although there's a little more weight coming from the foot and the leg, it doesn't overpower the spring. The spring on the pedal can still throw the beater back. So you get something like this. And so you get the softness of the heel down, perhaps a little more power when needed. But by keeping the foot partly down the pedal, we don't overpower the spring. And so we kind of get the best of both worlds. Great drummers like Jojo Mayer, Dave Weckl, Steve Smith, Ari Honig, if you find him on YouTube. He uses that technique. Okay,